What's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back again with a stock video. We're going to be talking about Virgin Galactic and doing a price prediction and analysis for 2020. Now, Virgin Galactic is a space travel company that aims to take people, humans into space flight and kind of travel, similar to what you would do maybe with a plane flight, for example, amongst other things, of course. And a lot of hype around it. It went public not that long ago. It looks like it went public October 28th, 2019, but it's been gaining a lot of hype. Now, we're going to talk about the chart. It had a dip for a while, but now it's really gone parabolic and is increasing rapidly. And like I said, a lot of hype around it, a lot of interest. Obviously, when you see a stock like this, the ticker is great as well. It got the space ticker. It attracts a lot of attention, and people don't want to miss out on this type of thing, right? If it's going to become something bigger in the future. So, very interesting company. Obviously, very future-based because a lot of things still need to be developed, etc. But the potential and expectation is there, at least, right? And like I said, definitely has that hype factor. Obviously, Richard Branson is the founder, and it almost has a little bit of a Tesla effect going on with it right now. So it's a bit of a good and a bad thing, right? Because that hype is necessary and important, especially in today's age, where that can really help push the stock higher in the short term and even medium term. But it can come with some pretty wild moves and potentially come falling back down to reality if things get out of hand. So it initially got traded around $12 a share. It also says here in this article that the space sector is projected to be worth $2.7 trillion by 2045, according to Bank of America. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about before we got into the actual chart of things, is the market cap, because it's currently at 3.35 billion, which is fine. Obviously, I saw it raised $1 billion initially. All that is great, but if we compare it to potentially some other air flight stocks, like Delta Airlines, 36 billions. A lot of airline companies that are publicly traded trade around 10 to $30 billion for the most part. And, I know that we can't make a direct comparison here. The reason, the valuation, at least right now initially, has to be somewhat within reason of what we're seeing at, different companies like that. So anything over 10 billion would be maybe a bit much, and even that, considering what's currently developed right now for Virgin Galactic. So really something to keep in mind there. And if you tell me, could the stock double in 2020 if this bull run continues? Absolutely, it probably could, right? It probably could even go all the way up to $50 and peak out at there if the hype and this move is strong enough. But I don't think we could ever stay at $50 right now in 2020, based on what I know and what's developed as of right now. And on top of that, like I said, could it double based on this move right here? Definitely, right? We could see Virgin Galactic at $25, $30 a share in 2020, or at least having reached that in 2020. It could also, end up moving back lower again, and that's something I'm going to talk about. So if we go ahead and take a look, like I said, started trading October 28th around $12 a share. We can see that, we had our dip and we nicely recovered from that. In fact, we have a nice U-shaped bounce here that then went parabolic to the right side. I mean, this uptrend line has been going on for a while now, a few months here. Very nice uptrend, very strong uptrend. Hasn't even moved below the 10-day moving average since it started trending higher. And, kind of no stopping for now. Of course, I'm sure, we have peaked out a bit here at $20. So I think we are going to slow down a bit and we are going to pull back because we haven't moved above that $20 mark. And that $20 level is very important for newly publicly traded companies, right? It's a big round number like that. It's a very important number because if we move above $20, $25, $30 becomes very easily in the cards, and the stock will probably very quickly reach that price as soon as it gets above $20. So that's something to really keep in mind, right? As soon as you get above $20, pretty much guaranteed, in my opinion, once again, not financial advice, just my personal opinion, that we will reach $25 to $30 very quickly thereafter. Not to say that we might not fall back down a bit. Once we get that breakout above $20, it's a pretty big deal. For now, we hit that first resistance. I'm sure we'll test it again in the future, but we have pulled back to this uptrend line. Probably going to be a little bit flat here. Might see a bounce, might not. The bottom line is we will have to test this middle Bollinger Band, the white line, sooner rather than later. So, if we maybe get a bounce here, retest $20, come back down, or just right away end up moving back down to the white line, which would probably mean a bounce off this medium-term uptrend line, is more likely. And at that point, we can talk about, then seeing a move back higher again, or what we don't want to see, obviously, is a move lower. If we break this uptrend line, we're going to be heading back down because we haven't actually came back and tested our breakout area above $12.98. And on top of that, we've left a gap right here. Let me just confirm the gap. So we're high on this candlesticks of $12.17, and the low is at $12.32. So indeed, we do have a gap there between these two candlesticks. And as you know, if you know gap fill theory, all gaps, for the most part, need to be filled. So here, for example, we had the gap. The stock came back and closed that gap. And it is very possible that we come back and close this gap. And I just saw we have an even bigger gap all the way down here at $7. So I'm not saying we are going to go back to $7, but it is possible. And, if we see it start to move below $10, pretty much guaranteed we're going to go back down to $7 and close that gap. Very much of a wild card, Virgin Galactic here. We also have a little bit of a bearish divergence. We're starting to move back lower on the RSI, and we move below the 70 line. So basically what I'm seeing here, and sorry for the absolute mess here with the brush tool that I made, just to give an overview, I think that there is a possibility that we move above $20, and at that point we would probably push up to $25, $30. But I'm afraid that we will have to pull back a bit, and seeing that the market might be a bit shaky in 2020 with all the coronavirus fears and everything, I do have a feeling that we might move back towards $12, anywhere to $10, give or take. Like I said, could be $7, and if we're able to stay above $10, then at that point I wouldn't be too worried. But any move below $10 would probably mean a move below down to $7. The two very important levels to pay attention to here are any move above $20 or a move below $12. Those are really the two levels to pay attention to, and a move above or below any of those levels is really what's going to set the pace. So that's really what you want to be paying attention to if you want to have the best chance at figuring out what's going to happen. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Virgin Galactic. I'm definitely interested in it. I'm going to be paying close attention and updating you guys on it. But you have to keep the hype realistic with the expectations, but also appreciate what that can bring and the opportunity that brings. Make sure to check out my other stock price predictions. Also, let me know other stocks you want me to cover. Link to the stock price predictions playlist in the description of this video. And don't forget to check out my technical analysis master course. We got great ratings, less than $20, 30-day money-back guarantee. Got nothing to lose by giving it a try, and you won't find a course as good as this for this price. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.